Hello and welcome back. We're now covering section 6.3, which deals with scatter diagrams and line graphs. Okay, so let's get into it. So here in this picture you have a table, right, where it gives you the change in stock price as a fraction on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday on a given day. We can show this as a bar chart, which we've just gone over. So here, if you were to create a vertical axis of 0, 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, and 1, you could see clearly Monday is at 3/4, Tuesday is at 9/16, that's a little bit over a half. 3 over 30 seconds is over here, and then 7 over 30 seconds, which is close to a fourth, and then 1/16 is right there. 7/30 seconds. Okay, so then, but what if we wanted to express this as a different type of diagram? Okay, so this figure here is called a scatter diagram, and it's set up the same way. Notice that the vertical axis and the horizontal axis are both the same. Okay, but here, instead of doing a bar, we just put a dot. Okay, so on Monday the gain was 3/4, so there it is. Okay, and then so on, right? So that was 9/16, and so on. So see how it's similar but different. And then finally, if we connect these dots with straight lines, you have a different kind of graph that's called a line graph. Okay, so we have, so far you've gone over bar, this one's scatter diagram or scatter plot, and then this one here is a line graph. So we have bar chart, scatter plot or scatter diagram. In statistics we just say scatter plot. And then this one here is a line graph. Okay, let's continue. Let's see what's next. A super fun example, of course. Okay, so so here you have different editions of a textbook, and it's really old. So this published 1982, 1987. The second edition was published then. Third edition 1992. Fourth 1997, and the fifth was in 2002. And see how the price of textbooks have changed, and it's increased rather, right? You could see it on a bar chart, but then you can also see the growth as a line graph, perhaps even more. Okay, so line graphs are helpful to notice types of growth, right? So see here, 1982, the price was $22. Okay, 1987, $33.50. So notice that it goes along with how you set your graph, okay? So yeah, and you can also keep note the growth. Okay, so now we can use that line graph to estimate prices, okay? So in this case, we can use the line graph to estimate the price of the book in 1994 and 2004. So 1994 would be about here, between 1992 and 1997. And if you were just to draw like a dotted line up, this is technically where the textbook price would be in the year 1994. So then we would go horizontally to check the vertical axis, and it would be close to $50. So maybe like about $49 in 1994. And then for 2004, we would go a little bit past 2002, right? About 2 increments if you divide it into 5. Okay, and then we would go further. Okay, so in this case we had to extend the line graph because there was no more data after that. So this would be about $92. 92, 93, 94, they're all except those are all pretty close. Okay, so how would we construct this line graph? So let's go ahead and look at this example. Here we have median home prices in San Luis Obispo County. Now this has already been constructed, but let's just go through it anyway. So we know that the first year is 1991 and the last year is 2001, right? So we have here, it looks like every 2 years, right? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and then 11, right? Or 2001. So we go ahead and we start with the initial 1991, 1993, 95, 97, 98, 99, 91. So this graph is going to have 5 vertical lines, right, if you include the vertical axis. And then horizontally, when we're making the vertical axis, we're going to see we can do increments of 50,000. Okay, so notice when you're making a graph by hand, the increments should all be the same. That just makes it easier to understand and easier for you to plot your points. Now, your next question might be, well, how do I know, where to start my increments, and how do I know, how much to put in and where? Okay, fine. So one thing that you can look at is your data. So here, my lowest price is at 163,000, and the highest is about 287,000. So you could either do every 100,000 or every 50,000. Every 50,000 will help you draw the graph a little bit more accurately. So we went ahead and did that. So at 1991, the median price was 188,300. So that's a little bit below 200,000. See? And then this would be the same, maybe like a tad more, tad below, because it's only $5,000 difference. 163,000 would be a little bit closer to 150. 79 is like 180. That again is closer to 200,000. 205 would be right above the 200,000 line, and 287 is closer to 300,000. And then you just connect the dots, and that's your line graph. Okie dokie. Another super fun example. Sorry, this was ripped here. I don't know, or my page was damaged. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the same thing that we did earlier. We're going to estimate the home price for the years 2000 and 2004. So now that you've had your graph completed, you go, okay, well, 1999 and 2001, in this case, the distance is only 2 years. So halfway would be the year 2000. So you go ahead and you indicate that here. And you would draw a vertical line to try to meet the graph, okay? Because we're saying, what is the y value when the x value is 2000? So the y value is right below 250,000. You could say anywhere from 200 and maybe 245,000 or 249,000. Okay. And now for 2004, it's a little bit beyond, right? It's a little bit beyond the line, so we would have to just say right passing 2003, it would be approximately between 350,000 and 400,000, so that would be 375. Okay, approximately 375,000. Okie dokie, last example. So let's go ahead and we're going to go through preparing a scatter diagram or scatter plot. So here we have car prices. This is like very old information. So from the year 1998 to the year 2001, and then you see the prices. Okay, so they go from 10,000 to 20,000. So it's always good to start your graph a little bit below your lowest, if you can, right? So in this case, since it's 10,000, and we can start at 8,000 and then go up in increments of 2. So 8,000, 10,000, 12,000, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. That's very good because it includes all our data. All our data can be graphed here. Okay, so then you can see in the year 1990, we start from 1997 and we go on to 2002, we're good. 1998, the price was 10,000, so that's our dot right here. 1999 has 3 prices. So see here, has 14,500, 10,500, and 11,700. So there it is. You have 10,500, 11,700 is closer to 12, and then we have here 14,500, and then finally 15,500, which is closer to 16,000. So we had 4 data points for 1999, sorry. And then we have 2 for the year 2000. We have a 10,500, and then up here 18,200, you can see. And then the year 2001, 19,900 is close to 20,000, so we leave that there. Okay, so that's it. That's the scatter diagram. And that's all for this section. You only have 6 problems. So good luck, and I will see you on the next video.